Alright. Is ready to get into it? Alright, so I guess the way I'm going to be doing this, I'm basically just going to try to go through every... I'm going to go in order. Even if it's terrible for Riven, I want to look at every point and see if it can be okay for her in any way. Just get my thoughts about it. Oh, so let's see. Improved attacks and sustained damage. I imagine that's going to be for like 80 carries. Burst damage and target access. That could be for empowered abilities and resource manipulation. That might be for her, but she doesn't have resources, so she might get too many useless stats. Resolve, durability, and crowd control. A little bit underrated on Riven. Mainly the durability. And creative tools and rule bending. It just sounds like support, but I have no idea what to expect from that trait, so let's go to precision. Show detailed descriptions during comparison, or hold shift. Okay, I guess I just have this down the whole time, or use both. Attacking the same champion grants endlessly stacking attack damage. So, Jesus. Okay, so kind of like Fervor, I guess, but not. Let's see. The question is just how much is it? Attacking the same champion grants endlessly stacking attack damage, 1.5 to 4 AD per stack, doubled for melee champions. Okay. Stack duration 4 seconds. When you switch targets, you keep half your stacks. That sounds pretty interesting. Let's go see what Fervor is real quick. Masteries. At level 1, Fervor gives 1 AD at level 1. So this is actually more than Fervor. What? And it's infinite? What the fuck? That seems pretty good. And then scales to 4. Oh, but it doesn't scale very well, so... Looks like it's better early game than Fervor, but late game you'll probably have to have some attack speed for it to be, you know, better than current Fervor. It doesn't scale as well, but it's a little bit stronger early game. How long does current Fervor last? The stacks. Oh, they last 8 seconds. Okay, so yeah, I'd say this is definitely worse. At least in terms of for Riven. Although I think it's a really cool mastery. I always love the the endlessly stacking concepts. They're always fun to mess with, but so far looking a little bit lackluster compared to current Fervor. 1.5 seconds after damaging a champion, gain a large amount of attack speed. Lethal tempo allows you to temporarily exceed the attack speed limit. This doesn't matter for Riven. She doesn't need attack speed, but obviously it's aimed towards an 80 carry. How much attack speed is it? Okay, I like this. I like how it tells me the stats. 30 to 80% attack speed for 3 seconds. Attacking a champion extends the effect to 6 seconds. This is actually really nice. I like how it goes past the cap too. I think this is gonna be this is what 80 carries are gonna have to take, right? Unless they're not just your normal auto attacker. Maybe like Draven. Maybe Draven wouldn't want that. Alright, let's see what this is. Attacking moving builds energy stacks. 100 stacks. Your next stack heals you and grants increased movement speed. Okay, so it's just warlords. Energized attacks heal you for blah blah blah. Is this like the same amount as warlords or what? 5 to 40%. Oh, it's more of a flat and less of a scaling. So it doesn't scale nearly as well. It's 30% for 3/4 of a second. Okay. This looks like it's gonna be a lot stronger. It's gonna be stronger in lane. Maybe a little bit stronger in lane. I'm not sure exactly what the numbers are for current warlords, but I'm not really liking this. It sounds like a little bit worse than current warlords. Although I imagine people are just gonna be taking lethal tempo. This seems a lot better than this one, to be honest with you. I don't really like this. I think the bonus 80 ratio is a little bit too low. Especially because it's bonus 80. Like, even for 80 carries, that's not shit. Like, you think of like an Infinity Edge, right? That's what, 70 AD? 65 maybe? Let's see. It's 70 AD. They get, after a full Infinity Edge, they get, besides the base, they only get 7. They only get 7 more health. And say like at level 18 where it's 50, you get 57 health. That's nothing. 57 health at level 18. That's just garbage. And that's not even every auto attack. That's, you know, once you get 100 stacks. So it looks like the numbers need to be buffed a little bit on this. Whereas this mastery seems to just blow this thing out of the water. And this one's fine too. This one just needs better numbers. So for Riven, I mean, it looks like the only thing we can go would be this, which really isn't the worst thing in the world. Excess healing becomes a decaying shield. Okay, so it's just Bloodthirster. The amount is based off your health. It's okay. I guess I have to see how much of the other ones. Or what the other ones are. Takedowns restore 15% of your missing health and grant an additional 25 gold. So it's dangerous game plus... I mean, the 25 gold just doesn't mean anything. It's just irrelevant in a kill. But the 15% health matters quite a bit. Isn't dangerous game... it should be 5%, right? Dangerous game. Yeah, 5% of your missing health and mana. This is 3 times the amount, but it doesn't grant mana back. But I mean, Riven doesn't use mana, so this is actually pretty strong. However, in a team fight, I wonder if this probably doesn't include assists. And if you have grievous wounds on you, that's you only get 7.5%, 8% of your total health. So I'm thinking like mid to late game team fights. I'm trying to think, maybe like you might have like 2,000, 2,500 health. It's probably the most common most common health for you to have in like in most big team fights. I would think, just a random number, but 8% of that is, I mean, it's like 18, right? No, sorry. It's like 180. So about 180 to 200 health. Probably a little bit more than that once you get to the later game. It's okay. It's a couple of hundred extra health for shield. But I think this one seems a little bit stronger than that, at least for Riven. For 80 carries, I think this one would probably be better over heal. Especially since you have a support healing you a lot, you get into the fight, you have a little... Basically, you just have an extra shield before anything happens to you. Let's see. Presence of mind. When low on mana, attacking champions will generate focus. This isn't gonna matter for Riven, but let's check it out. Below 60% mana, your basic attacks against champions build up focus up to a cap of 5. Upon exiting combat, all focus is converted to mana. Energized attacks build additional focus. This seems mainly like a support thing, to be honest. I mean, really, like, most mid laners don't really auto attack each other that much. They try to zone each other with spells. And I mean, I'm sure like AP top laners would use it, or even like someone like Jay's. But I don't know. This one's a little weird. I don't really know how to judge this one. I guess I just have to see in action. Because I don't know like how much focus is converted into mana. It doesn't really say. So I like when they give you like the numbers, you know, so I could actually see like the math behind it. I'm gonna go with this one though. Kill enemies to gain permanent attack speed. Gain 5% attack speed plus an additional 3% for every legend stack. Gain a legend stack for every 30 points earned. 20 points for champion takedowns, 20 points for epic monster takedowns, 4 points for large monster kills, and 1 point for mini kills. Oh, I like this. It rewards you even more for getting far. This is really cool. Are all these? Oh, sweet! They all follow this. Okay, so this one, I get how the legend stacks work, but let's see what the other ones are. This one gives you 20% attack speed at max, so it's like a dagger's 12% for reference, I believe, and it's 300 gold, so maybe like 560 in gold stats, somewhat. 5% tenacity plus an additional 3% for every legend stack, max 5. So 20% tenacity. Mercury treads, I believe, are 30%. Although you can't actually put an actual gold value on tenacity, in my opinion. It's so odd of a stat. Not as in like it's too hard to calculate its usefulness. It's not just like a flat number. I actually love tenacity, especially on Riven. And I used to only ever go Mercury treads, not for the magic resist, but for the tenacity. I would just hope the enemy team didn't have a lot of AD because I didn't want to have to go tabbies. And then they buffed tabbies and they kind of nerfed Mercury treads. So then I started going with tabbies now, just because it's just a whole bunch of stats. And now I don't want to have to build Mercury treads if I don't have to. But this would be awesome since now I might be able to take tabbies and I get some tenacity so I don't get murdered by crowd control. Okay, and ooh, lifesteal. Lifesteal is good for mainly 80 carries, but they also have attack speed, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go back and forth a bit. I think lifesteal is best on 80 carries. It's okay for Riven though. So 1% lifesteal for every legend stack, max 5. What? 20% attack speed, 20% tenacity, and 5% lifesteal? What? That doesn't make any sense. Wait, 5% lifesteal is nothing. That's so low. I wasn't even think an 80 carry would build this. And just think like how useless 1% lifesteal is at level 1. That's like 1 or 2 health per hit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just 1 health per hit. These two are so much better than this one. If you're an 80 carry, you should just take this one, and if you're Riven, just take this one. So this nasty is busted. Yeah, I mean it looks really good. Is a takedown the same as a kill, or only when you kill a champion with the bounty? Takedown is just a kill. It's not a bounty. It's like what you see in some other places. Like danger. What is this called? This is like bounty hunter. This is different. This is like unique champions kill. Takedown is just like you can kill the same person and it'll count. Alright. Any other questions? Okay. These last three. Deal 5% more damage to low health champions. How much? Deal 5% more damage to champions below 40% health. That's like the pre-nerf Merciless, right? Yeah, it's just pre-nerf Merciless, which is pretty good. I like that. Deal up to 8% more damage. I guess I really need to see the number of these. Deal up to 8% more damage to champions based on how much more health they have than you. That seems better than this one, but only if I know, like, how much? I mean, how much more health do they need to have than you? It's just LDR, right? It's like an LDR. Well, no, because LDR is based off of max health. I don't. It is the way this is worded. I don't think it's based off of their max health, right? I don't know. Or it's based off of their current health. So maybe the farther you bring them down, the less damage you do to them. That's what I originally thought it was, but then I started thinking about LDR, and it kind of sounds like they're just trying to make a mastery that's basically like Lord Dominic's Regard, which would make this a lot better. Like, what if you were low health? Does that count? Like, you do more damage if you're low health? I don't know. That's the only one I think I'm truly confused about right now. And it definitely matters, so I need to try to figure that out. Deal up to 5% more damage to champions while below 80% health. And is this saying... Okay, so this is saying, like, once you hit the 80% health mark, I guess you're probably doing, like, 1% damage. 1% more damage. And then maybe once... It probably goes to, like, 20 to 30% health when you hit the 5% cap. I would imagine. It doesn't say. I don't know why they don't. Fuck you, sticky keys. It seems alright. I think these two are better though. I want to say this one's better, but I need to know how it works. Until then, I'm just gonna go with this one specifically for Riven, just because of her ult. I think most people the second one would probably be better though. How do I just hit one of these? Wait, what? I get more attack speed from this one? Or maybe they just have worse runes? I mean, I was hoping one of these would give AD. They're all giving attack speed. Which, like I said, Riven doesn't care for. Oh, Zekriel, I'm doing it now. It started 30 minutes ago. Yeah. Okay, let's check out these. Wow, this is a lot. Did I choose any of these two? Yeah, I guess I just choose any of them. Okay, so after killing an enemy ward of friendly... Oh, what? What did I miss? Oh. Thank you, Cigar. Okay. Actually, let me turn off alarm bucks just for now while I'm doing this video. Let's see. After killing an enemy ward, a friendly zombie ward is raised in its place. If you had already had a ward in the brush, with a zombie ward would spawn. Instead, replaces your trinket for up to 30 seconds. Up to 30 seconds? I guess that's based on like the timing game. Zombie wards are visible, last for 180 seconds, and don't count towards your ward limit. It sounds like Riven can't really go for that. I mean, I guess it'd be okay if you had Duskblade. And I go sweeping lens all the time. I still don't think it'd be that great. I don't know. I kind of like it later into the game, but early game it seems pretty bad. You know, I mean, obviously you don't really kill many wards early game, even as a support. And if you do, it's because like you put like a pink ward there if it's early game, and so the pink ward that reveals the ward. I mean, you're just gonna have two wards in the same spot, so it's just gonna reduce your trinket cooldown, which you don't really care about your trinket cooldown being lower by 30 seconds that much. But and maybe these other ones are just complete shit. But yeah, this seems pretty good for late game. Early game, it's not very useful. Enter a brush to summon a Poro. After a brief channel interrupted by damage to casting spells. The Poro will stay behind to give you vision until you summon a new one. If an enemy enters brush with the Poro and they scared away, putting this effect on 30-second cooldown. Well, this is like the opposite. This one's fantastic early game, and falls off a little bit later. But I like this. I like this so much more. I feel like if I'm not support, I'm never taking this one over this one. Even if I'm building Duskblade. Gain 2 ability power or 1.4 attack damage. Adaptive permanently on champion takedown and half a down on ward takedowns. Wow. That's terrible. I mean, think about how many champions you kill a game. I mean, average like 7 if you're doing fine. That's like 10 AD. Half a down ward. I like even if you're support. I mean, if you're support, you're not killing champions. If you're any other role, you're probably not killing too many wards. I mean, the number just seems so low. I can't. Even as a support, I don't know if I'd want this one. I would imagine one of these next 6 has to be better than this one, because like 2 ability power isn't shit. I mean, you kill 20 wards. Congratulations, you get an amplifying tome. So, damaging champions with impaired move interactions deals 1230 bonus true damage. Okay. It actually seems relatively good for... I'm trying to think. With this, you'd probably prefer somebody who hits often, who's tanky, and applies CC, which tanky and CC kind of go together. I mean, maybe like a Maokai, but I'm trying to think of somebody a little more spammy. Who's like... I don't know who's more spammy than that. I don't know if I really want to spend time going through like a whole bunch of champions, but maybe like Gnar with someone with Frozen Mallet, you know. I mean, it's not even an overtime thing. So to say Gnar gets his Frozen Mallet like a second item. Say you went Cleaver first. I mean, he's already hitting you with his Q, so it's already proccing most of the time. But with Frozen Mallet, it's 100% up there. So I mean, you're just whacking them with like 25 true damage every single hit, which is basically like kind of like Fervor, I guess, but it works on spells too. I mean this is a tier 2 rune or what? I don't know exactly how it works. I guess this one seems more important than these is what I'm trying to get to. And this actually seems as strong as this one on the correct champions. This actually seems really good. Just the numbers. Oh wait, it has a cooldown. I'm sorry. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. No, nobody pay attention to what I was just talking about. I thought this had no cooldown, so I thought somebody was just gonna be whacking with 25 damage anytime you were CC'd. Okay. Well, in that case, this one's actually just completely balanced. I like it. Cool concept. Let's see what the other ones are. Heal when you damage an enemy champion. How much? Heal 18 and 25 bonus AD. 0.1 AP. Cooldown 20 seconds. Okay, this actually seems basically like a feast, except for killing a melee, you need to hit a champion, and it looks like you get rewarded slightly more than feast. And Feast is already, I mean, it's pretty good. It looks a little bit better than Feast. It looks like pre-nerf Feast. Mainly because you look at the cooldown. The amount basically looks the same. I think it's like 25 health. It scales a little bit better than Feast. But in Feast, doesn't work on enemy champions later. I mean, I guess you may be farming minions that fight, but sometimes you might not be able to proc the Feast. Whereas this, I mean, you can use this in a fight for a little bit of extra health. It's not much, but this is mainly for lane, for sustain and lane. I think this is actually pretty strong. It's gonna be. I think it's a bit better than most of these that I've looked over. So you can kind of look at this one as fresh blood. Basically, like, you're going for damage or you're going for sustain. What do you want to go for? I think this one will probably be better than this one. I think. It's hard to say. I guess it's just your playstyle. I'll probably be using this one more personally. But I think you'll mainly see in like higher lane, especially mid lane. This is you'll see Taste of Blood every time. So, or tanks. Ooh, something for Riven. Deal additional damage after using a dash, leap, blink, or teleport. How much? Using dash, leap, blink, or teleport grants you 5% additional damage against champions for the next 3 seconds. Oh, that's awesome. Wait. At least for Riven, or in like Yasuo, these people with dashes constantly up, this is just a better version of this. Oh, definitely. Just constantly 5% additional damage. I mean, a Q from Riven level 1. I'm trying to think. Okay, it's like a normal combo. You go to E, say you're level 3, right? E, auto Q, auto Q, auto Q, W. Or maybe even go for an auto W. That's basically 7 or 8 attacks, right? Yeah, 7 or 8 attacks, depending on whether you get that last auto in there or not. If you get, like, Riven's full combo. 5%, I mean, most of those hits are going to do, at level 3, it's probably going to do around 60 damage. Yeah, probably about 60 damage after you calculate in the armor. Maybe a little bit less, right? No, yeah, it's going to be a little bit less, I think. Maybe like 55. It doesn't really matter. So 5%. It's about 2 to 3. So you think about 2 to 3 per extra damage per hit times 8. We'll go with 3. So that's 24 extra damage. Extra damage on a full combo. I was actually expecting a little bit more. This one's just one hit, but this one also has a cooldown. And, the number didn't seem to be as high as I was expecting, but I still think this will probably be better, especially since it'll work with your ult. I think with most people who would use a dash, I would imagine this should be better. It was a little bit less than I was expecting, but yeah, I think I definitely have to, like, for Riven, I have to use this one, right? And what is this? Let's see. Also, the good thing to keep in mind with this one is that, I mean, this is gonna scale a lot better than this one. I mean, this is a flat amount of damage. It is true damage. That's pretty nice. But I think this one should definitely scale better on anyone, just because it's 5%. I mean, it's just percentage damage. I mean, percentage isn't gonna be very much early, but later on, that's where you scale, is where you get percentage damage. So So we're on the next one. Heal for a percentage of the damage dealt by your abilities. Healing 2.5% plus 2.5% per bounty hunter stack. So that's 15% after killing 5 unique different champions. But still, you get 2.5%. I love what, like, before killing anyone. I'm trying to think how much that is. I mean, oh, it's just damage by your abilities. Oh shit! I thought it was just damage dealt. And healing's reduced to 1/3 on AoE abilities. Actually, that kind of sucks. I was hoping this would be like the red elixir, which would have been the same amount at after you're killing all the champions. It would have just been basically a red elixir. It's just dealing physical damage. You know, it heals for 15% of damage dealt. But this doesn't work for auto attacks. It only works with the abilities, and all of Riven's abilities are AoE. So Riven's actually not going to benefit that much from this. She needs those autos to also heal her. She needs like any physical damage. Let's look at the other ones. Oh, I guess these are all going to be connected with each other. Gain 1% active item CDR plus an additional 6% per bounty hunter stack. I don't really know how good this is. I think it's pretty bad. Unless you have 2 active item CDRs, but even then, it's not even much. I mean, think you have like a Yomu's, right? It's 45-second cooldown. You get 2 kills with this. It gets reduced by like 4.5 seconds. It's basically like from a 45-second cooldown to a 40-second cooldown. Actually, I think this thing is trash. I hate active item CDR unless you're a support. And being a support, I mean, you're probably not going to be getting bounty hunter stacks. Gain 8 out of combat movement speed plus 8 per bounty hunter stack. This one seems fine. How much? Boots of speed give 25 movement speed. Right? And I believe tier 2 boots give 45. Yeah, okay, 45. So, but it's also out of combat movement speed. I guess this is okay. I don't know. I feel like the numbers are a little bit low on these. This one's okay. For a lot of champions, I feel like these two are pretty bad. I think this one's terrible. This one's just okay, but two of these other ones should be better than even the ghost pour. I'd take the ghost pour over this thing. But if I'm Riven, I have to take this, and then I have to choose. I'm not taking this one. Not taking this one. Could take one of these. I could take 2 of these. Wait. Hang on, let me see something. Can I choose 2 from the same part? Oh, I could. Okay. Right? Wait, I can't. Okay. Yeah, you can't take 2 from the same side. That makes sense. Okay, so we're not going down this tree. I think we take this one over these 2. Although any of these 3 seem to be completely fine for any champion. I mean, except for this one. This thing can't be used by many people. And then we have to take one of these, and it's just gonna be Ghost Poro. So this one's pretty much always Ghost Poro unless you're support, which I'll probably still take Ghost Poro. You might take this one on some champions. You may take this one. This might be a little bit better than I think. I think this one's just trash. Oh, except for trinkets. I didn't think about trinkets. I didn't know active item CDR included trinkets. I kind of like that. So I do like trinket being on lower cooldown. I think the trinkets are important, but I guess that's really the only thing that can make this thing viable. As of now, I don't know if active items CDR includes trinkets. Maybe it does. So we go with these two. I think the ghost portal is pretty good. I like it. Okay, so I guess this was our first. Well, I guess that was the first mini tree. I guess we should probably look at all these other ones. We'll just keep this over here for now, and then wait, no, let's just do. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go through all the mini trees right now. Let me answer some questions before I go on to the next tree. What do you think of the new fervor? It looks really bad late game. I just got to stream. Good early game. You could definitely cheese somebody with it. Yeah, it falls off a little bit harder late game. I mean, it'll be a little bit better in 1v1s, but in team fights, probably be a bit worse. Definitely not bad. He's just a little bit different. It's 15% because total because it's 1/3 AoE. Yeah, but that's after you kill 5 champions. We're gonna reliably kill about 3 champions and 3 unique champions, and that'll give you God damn it, how much? Okay, so that's like 9%, and then a quarter of that is so it's 3% of your abilities. It's definitely not gonna triumph over the 5% on your dash or the ghost ward. I think people are gonna underestimate the little ghost ward. This thing right here, the ghost poro. This thing's much better than this one. I mean for Riven at least. 3% of your ability damage isn't very much, considering like how much the ghost portal helps you out early game. Like I said, I think this would be a little bit underrated. I don't know the boomer. I don't know these runes by name yet. Circle. I haven't even gotten to the new Thunderlords. I've only looked at one tree so far. Well, we should focus on the runes I've already gone through so far. Oh, skip the secondary tree? Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, good idea. I see what you mean. All of these are gonna, yeah, okay. They're all gonna say it. I got you. Okay, so we've already gone through all of these, but what's this? Hitting a champion with 3 unique attacks or abilities in 2 seconds deal bonus magic damage. Okay. So I guess this is the Thunderlords. How much damage is it? 50-second cooldown. That's big. Current Thunderlords. It's probably what, like a 45-second cooldown? It used to be 30, I think, and it got reduced. Oh no, sorry, it's a 25-second cooldown right now. Okay, maybe I was thinking of Colossus. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So 25 seconds. Okay, so it's double current Thunderlords cooldown, but I'm sure it's gonna have a lot more damage. This is 10 per level, plus 30% of your bonus attack damage and 10% of your AP. So, I just want to say I want to do level 3 as like a common example for like your early game. Cause you have your all of your abilities. Like it's where you reliably proc your Thunderlords. So that's 30 per level. At that point, you probably have like 70 AD, right? Maybe 80. So that's like 25 plus 30. So it's about 50 to 55 magic damage. They have a little bit of magic resist, so maybe about 35 to 40 damage, right? So, within 2 seconds. Okay, it deals bonus adaptive damage, 60 to 220, and it's 0.5 bonus AD ratio. Okay, so it's actually a lot more early game. This thing's gonna be a shit ton of damage, like level 1. Jesus. Oh, but it's bonus AD. This one is total AD, right? Or no? Oh, this is bonus AD. Okay, so oopsies, my bad. So with that in mind, I mean, we don't have like extra AD early game now, right? Since we don't have runes, like these are our runes. Am I correct in that? That we don't get any extra stats. Like you don't have any bonus AD early game, you know, compared to what you used to. Like, I mean, you would always have like 13 AD or so on Riven at level 1 from your runes, and natural talent would give you 2, so you'd have around like 15 AD, give or take. Now you have no bonus AD. Depending on your primary tree, combo with your second tree gives you specific bonus stats. So is this tree gonna give you AD? Oh, it does. Okay, so 7 AD. Okay, so 7 AD isn't even that much unless you take this one, but it's still something. So that's kind of what I was interested in. It's still not that much. I don't know if I like this. I mean, it scales down to 25 seconds later, so that's nice. It's a big punch later. I mean, at like level 12, I mean, probably got like 150 base. Bonus AD, probably gonna be, you're probably gonna get about 90 extra damage. So it's gonna be like about a 250 hit somewhere around there, probably. At around like level 12. About the time you're basically trying to pick people off before a fight, or you're basically getting in a team fight. Is it AoE though? Like, no, never mind. I think I like this better than current Thunderlords. What I think about it. It does its purpose. Like, later on, Thunderlord should be bursty. You know, like it's not very bursty later on, as much as you would think. Is the ability power the same, right? Oh no, it's 3 times the amount. I feel like this is definitely gonna help out AP more. I don't know. What are the other ones? Channel for 3 seconds out of combat to gain 45% movement speed for 15 seconds. 45% movement speed. I'm trying to like get an accurate like representation of that. Let's see how much. What is like? I'm trying to think. Like, what is Rammus's Q speed? You know. God damn it. How fast does he go? So he gains up to 40%. Yeah, at rank 5. So 45% is a lot, right? Sounds like a ton. I feel like maybe Rammus Ball wasn't the greatest idea. What's another thing that moves super fast? Can you guys name a champion that moves really fast real quick? PD I'm not looking for attack speed, I'm looking for movement speed. Okay, I guess we can just look at like Lune's Echo. It gets 10% movement speed. It's 4.5 of those. It's actually a shit ton. But let's see. And it's for 15 seconds, so basically just Ramus roll around the entire fucking map for 15 seconds. Damaging attacks or abilities in this effect, dealing 60 to 140. Bonus adaptive damage. So it's not as much damage as Thunderlords, but and it's a 180-second cooldown. That's really long. I can picture this on like Twisted Fate, who just wants to just run you the fuck down with his gold card. At first, I thought this was pretty bad, but I feel like on some champions it's really good. On Riven, I don't think it's that good. I think that Thunderlords is gonna be better, cause yeah, you gotta remember that this thing is pretty bad early game. It's actually terrible early game, and that's it's not something you can just ignore. You can't just ignore your early game. I mean, you're basically taking this to make picks later, which TF doesn't really need Thunderlords. I mean, TF is fine with just farming and then trying to make picks. Or you think of like a jungler, maybe like a Rengar. You know, Rengar hits 6. He's like, all right, I'm ready to kill someone with this. He pops this. He pops ult. Somebody, he's gonna hit somebody, guaranteed. But he can't do it again for the next 3 minutes. So if he gets a kill off of it, he can just snowball with his next ult, and then the ult after that, he can use this again. So I think it's pretty interesting. I'm sure some people are gonna abuse the fuck out of this thing. But for Riven, stick to Electrocute. Champions large minions and large monsters drop soul essence on the collecting souls causes your next attack on a champion or structure within 20 seconds. Deal a bonus adaptive damage. How much damage is it? It's basically like the one next to it. Same amount of damage. Oh, plus soul essence collected. Wait. Oh, okay, so I actually thought it was a little bit different than what I thought it. I thought originally this is like you picked up a soul and then you needed to hit a champion within the next 20 seconds. Wait, maybe that is what it's saying. Okay. It's like it's like every time you collect another soul, it refreshes the timer. I would imagine. I would hope. I don't think I'm understanding this right. I think I need to see how this works, because at first I thought it was pretty clear cut how this is gonna work, but it says collecting souls causes your next attack on a champion structure within 20 seconds to deal bonus adaptive damage. If you collect one soul, your timer goes off. If you collect another one, does it refresh it? I would hope so. In that case, this thing sounds pretty good, because every minion you kill gives you 5 extra damage. You kill a whole minion wave, you get 35. And then you need to try to hit somebody. I guess 35 is not insane, but like, with the rest of this, I mean, 6 damage? Seems pretty fucking good. It just seems like a lot more consistent damage in lane. Like a little bit like better than this. This one seems better later. This one seems better early. This one seems like good for running around. I mean, that's like that's like the general consensus that I'm getting from this. For Riven though, I think I need to take this. Although this one's definitely fine. I don't think Riven should take this one. I think this should be left for other people. I don't know if I'm really liking this tree though. I do like the fact that it gives you AD though. I like that. I It kind of sucks that Riven's not gonna get the bonus AD from runes because that's like a big part of her passive. Oh well. I mean, other people are suffering too, but it's really the people that have like a lot of bonus, like either like AP ratios. I don't know. I feel like early game's just getting nerfed in terms of damage. So. Sorcery as a primary gives more AD than Domination. Let me just click on a bunch of random ones. I just want to see how much. Okay, 10 AD. Okay, hopefully I can go with this tree. Unless one of these other ones. What do these other ones give? I mean, this probably gives like health regen, right? I guess health. I don't know why I said health regen. What the fuck? Potion elixir duration. Oh, this also gives AD. Okay. Oh, this actually is pretty cool. Never mind. I get it now. And what was this one? I'm sorry. Oh, this one was attack speed. Okay. Summon area. Your attacks and abilities send area to a target, damaging enemies or shielding allies. Actually, real quick, let me look at chat and see if there are any questions. Any major ones. This is the best tree from what everyone thinks for Riven. Okay. One of the runes gives her insane scaling AD. Alright, sounds good, sounds good. The Storm Raiders in the Strait is so OP. I'm about to check it out. Alright. Let's see. Summon area, your attacks and abilities send area to a target, damaging enemies or shielding allies. So there's just like a Deathfire touch, right? I guess it's not damage over time. It's can Aerie miss? Is it like a spooky ghost that you can run away from? I don't really get the point in it sending a ghost towards it. It says spirit cannot be sent out again until she returns to you. Oh no! I would imagine it's just kind of like a Deathfire touch. I don't know. I think I have to see this on action to be able to judge this. Seems fine for mages though, currently. Damaging a champion with an ability hurls a comet at their location. I imagine because it says hurls a comet, that means they can dodge it. Don't know how easy that is to dodge, but Riven has a stun and she has a knock up, so I can't imagine. As long as she could probably make it to where her third hit, or wait, I mean she could just stun as soon as she hits somebody, or that can be her first hit. She usually doesn't want to initiate with stun unless it's a double cast, which you usually don't want to do early game, but we might be changing play styles here. Seems okay. I think the main thing is just that you want to make sure you're trying to, if it's small, I don't know how big the radius is, but maybe just try to use your abilities. I mean, use some type of crowd control here for your first hit set this lands. The mount actually seems a bit bigger than I was expecting, and the cooldown's pretty low. This just seems like a better Thunderlords. What the fuck? It's a much lower cooldown than Thunderlords. This is just like the current. This is like the current Thunderlords without having to get 3 hits. A lot easier to proc. I don't know this one. Well, at least Thunderlords can't miss. This one seems good. Hitting an enemy champion with 3 unique attacks or abilities within 2 seconds grants 30-60% movement speed based on level. Okay, so this is the Storm Raider Surge. Melee additionally gains 75% slow resistance for the duration. Okay. So unlike Storm Raiders, this one just has to do with 3 unique attacks or abilities within 2 seconds. I mean, it's just 3 unique attacks instead of dealing a certain amount of their health. I wish I knew exactly what it meant by unique attacks. Does that mean different parts of Riven's Q will not count as a unique attack? Just one Q will count? So you have to use EWQ, auto WQ. Can you like auto QQ, like Q auto Q? Will that proc it? I imagine each auto attack counts as a unique attack, but I'm not sure there either, because it's just 2 auto attacks. I mean, are those unique? I don't think so. I don't think two auto attacks would work. I guess you have to do or auto WQ. All different parts of Riven's Q count is different. Okay, cool. What about? Well, Riven Blade says QW auto, not QQ auto. You guys have differing opinion? I mean, different facts. It's just something I'd have to test out, or like see a video on it for proof. If someone could go to PB, that'd be awesome. Yeah, Scandalous. I know it'll proc with auto WQ. I understand that. I'm asking, will QQ auto, like Q auto Q, will that proc it? Because you're using 2 Qs. But it's the same ability, but it's 2 different parts of it. Also, what if you auto attack Q auto, which is more likely than the other situation? Do 2 auto attacks? Do they count as the unique attacks? You see, Thunderlords currently, I don't believe, says unique. It just says your 3rd attack or damaging spell. What is unique? And it does highlight unique here. That's important. I feel like with this, it's saying you can't use multiple Qs to proc it, and you can't use multiple autos, which is an issue. With that being said, let's look at numbers. Storm Raider Surge, you can proc it within 2.5 seconds. Phase Rush, you have to do it within 2 seconds. 40% movement speed. 30 to 60% movement speed, so it scales better, but a little bit worse early game. I would definitely take the scaling over what it is now. For if you're melee, you gain 70%. I believe that's the same. Okay. And what's the cooldown on it? It's 15 seconds. Is duration the same amount? Yes, duration's the same amount. People are saying this is insane. I think it's slightly worse. Only if it's like I said, if multiple Qs won't proc it, and if multiple autos won't proc it. We're going, Riot Sparkle said, we're going to move the word unique to the word separate for Qs like this. Okay, awesome. Okay, sweet. Alright, so it's fine. I like it. So with Riven, it's actually better then. If it were the other way around, it would have been worse. I wouldn't even have taken it over Arcane Comet. Only because it was a little bit too difficult to proc. And it forced you to go into a combo a certain way if you wanted to use it. Mainly yeah. Okay. Fuck you, sticky keys. So comparing this one to the Comet, I want to say Phase Rush is going to be better for Riven. I like it. I was hoping the duration would go up a little bit more. The cooldown's still a little bit high. And this one seems to be a little bit underrated. I think people are ignoring this one compared to this one. This one's better early game. I mean, this is actually a pretty good amount of damage. I like this better than the Thunderlords from the other tree. I'll be testing out both. Although I think Phase Rush is gonna be better, mainly because you get 20% more movement speed later on, and like 10% movement speed doesn't really matter that much early game. Okay, so let's go with Phase Rush. Okay, at 30% health. At 30% health, gain a magic damage shield, blocking 30 to 120 base on level, 10% AP or 50% AD. Okay, so it's Hex Drinker. Cooldown's not bad by any means. 1 minute. I think Hex Drinker is 90 seconds. At 30. The number doesn't seem too much. Let's see. A mid game, you're looking at about 75. No, probably about like 80. 80 shield based on, or 80 flat shield, and then 15% AD. Probably about 20. Maybe a little bit more. 20. No more than 25. So we'll just say 100. You'll get in the mid game. You'll probably get about 100 magic damage shield. That doesn't seem that good. But it's just like a lower tier rune. But I like the cooldown on it. Alright, let's see what the other ones are. I'm not really liking that one too much. It's definitely good mid lane though. I like it mid lane. Every 60 seconds, your next ability has its mana or energy cost refunded and restores 10% of missing mana or energy. Sounds awesome for mid lane. Better than the other one, I think. This one seems so much better than this one. No, not so much better, but the only reason I think it's not so much better is because once you get Morel Nomicon, or sometimes even Lost Chapter, it feels like you just don't have mana issues anymore. So I think I'm overrating Mana Flow Band a little bit too much. Let's see what this other one is. Hopefully something Riven can use. Your ultimate's cooldown is reduced by 5%. This number is increased by 2% each time your ultimate goes on cooldown. Stacks up to 5 times. That's fantastic. Definitely something Riven can use more than the other two. Wow, I like this. Wait, this is actually like, it's just such a cool rune. It's just cool. Like this one, it's lame. This one's okay. This one's just cool. Every time you use your ult, it goes on a less cooldown, or on a lower cooldown. That's cool. I like that. After 5 times of using it, 15% lower cooldown. That's so cool. So let's go with this one. I like it for a lot of people. Not just Riven. I don't even think it's like super insane. Nah, it's pretty good. Riven, I won't lie. Okay. Gain 10% CDR when you reach level 10. I remember reading this before, and it said gain 1% CDR per level until you cap out at level 10. Did they decide to change that? Where you don't get any CDR until you hit 10, and then you just hit 10% CDR? Because that's what this is saying. I guess they changed it. Maybe it was too OP before, or what? Unless it's just bad wording. Kind of like the way they worded unique before. This one seems a lot worse wording if it's like they said before. Before they said it was gain 1% CDR. You say Zikram says it still scales. It's bad wording. If it still scales, that's pretty nice. Each percent of CDR exceeding the CDR limit is converted to 2 ability power, 1.4 attack damage. Actually, I really like the CDR cap thing. Also, I had the math, but I don't remember it. So I'm gonna do it real quick. You guys give me a second. Something I was looking up earlier. Anyways, what am I comparing? I'm comparing CDR to AD, right? Okay, so cooldown reduction isn't worth too much. 26.6, right? Okay, so it's just, we'll just say 27. We'll be generous too. How much is 1.4 AD worth? Okay, so basically you're getting almost double the gold efficiency from CDR to AD, because every 1% of CDR is worth almost 27 gold, whereas 1.4 AD is worth 49 gold. So you do like the difference on it, minus 27. This is how much gold value you're getting from extra gold value you're getting from every point of CDR. And CDR isn't hard to come by. And a lot of CDR items Riven actually likes. I mean, you know, Yomu's Duskblade, Maul Memorius. You might even be able to try some of these tank items with it. Maybe like, I mean, I've been wanting to try Abyssal Mask sometimes. Like, sometimes I want to build Abyssal Mask in the certain team comps, but I can't because there's just nowhere to fit it. Cause it's just not worth it. You have to make use out of the CDR in the item for the stats to be worth it. So, and if you're already getting Cleaver and another CDR item, you're just gonna get an extra 14 AD from this, right? That's pretty good. But you're also just getting extra CDR at as you're going through the game. So this mastery is fantastic for anybody using it. And I haven't looked at the other ones, but hopefully they're on the level of this one. I don't want this one to completely crowd out these other two, considering it's a lower rune. I want to think it's probably OP, but let's see. Gain 3% extra movement speed. Gain extra AP or AD. Wait, let me look at the extra numbers. Ah, fuck. Gain 3% increased movement speed and add 8% of your bonus movement speed to your AP or AD. I don't know what the math is on this. I hope somebody else does the math on this. Or I could go through later and look at it maybe. I'm trying to figure out. 3% increased movement speed isn't even that much. I like it, but it's not that much. I can't think of anyone who would rather have this than this. Unless I'm trying to think, how much is to add 8% of your bonus movement speed to your AP and AD? That's probably more than I'm expecting, but like. So. Okay, so let's look at some boots real quick, right? Boots are obviously going to be your main source of movement speed. Boots of speed, give you 25. 8% of that, you're gonna get 2 AD or AP. That's shit. Okay, so you get tier 2 boots. Let's just say we're playing Riven. You know, get tabbies, 45 movement speed. You don't get any other movement speed except you have the extra 3% movement speed from that mastery. Man, this seems bad. It just seems bad. I'm hoping I have the math wrong on this, because this just seems like a joke compared to this one. And not what I was hoping for when I said I want some of these to be on par with this one. While above 70% health, gain up to 40 ability power or 28 AD adaptive. Very simple. I like it. Alright, I like this. The question is who can use it. Long range casters probably be the best users of this. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, I'm sure 80 carries aren't even going to go down this field. Except for maybe a few who can try to abuse phase rush. No, 80 carries aren't going to go down this. It's not happening. Maybe like Ezreal or something. Or some weird 80 carry in the future. Maybe if it comes down to casters. I don't know who would use the scaling AD. It really just seems like something for casters. Like Xerath. Sounds awesome for him. Although I don't know if I'd still use this one. Probably depends on who I play. For mages, this actually can go either way, I think. If you're an AD champion and you're going down this tree, I think you have to go with this one. Because you're probably an assassin, right? You're a spellcaster who's using this tree, right? You're probably just gonna use the CDR better. You're probably just gonna build extra CDR items, and you're probably not gonna be above 70% health most of the time. So. Your next ability hit sets champions on fire, dealing 10 to 40 bonus magic damage based on level. What? Okay, so this is like Deathfire Touch. Except it has a cooldown. I don't know if this is good or bad. I just have to compare it to the other ones. Gain 25 movement speed and up to 30 plus ability power, 21 AD. When in the river. What the fuck? Holy shit. This doesn't seem good. Or maybe every 10 minutes gain AP or AD. Okay, this is cool. 10 minutes. I mean, you talk about scaling. Nice. This is really cool, actually. Okay, so this mastery's trash. This one's okay. And this one's okay. Although, anybody who knows me knows I love to scale, so I'm going with that one. I think. Is this... Can I get away with not using this? Yes. As Riven, you can get away with not using this. I'm going with this. Although the numbers early game for this tree are actually pretty bad. 10 minutes you get 6 AD. It's actually terrible early game. There's no doubt about it. But I like the scale. I don't know. I'll probably like use this thing, and then say it's too bad, and then wound up using this thing. Like this actually seems better only because like it helps you a lot more early. This thing is actually garbage early game. I didn't even look at how bad it was. 6 AD after once you hit 6 AD until 20 minutes. That's so bad. Damn. I wish they would like never mind. I mean, what can I ask for? I mean, the numbers on this are ridiculous later into the game. It's not even ridiculous. Actually, it's just fine. I fuck it, man. This one just seems to be the best. Sadly. Although I'll probably still be using this one. Just because I'm a dumbass who likes to scale. Alright, question time. Oh, I guess I can go ahead and release what I was what I kind of hinted on Reddit when I saw this mastery. So there's one item I looked at in particular when I saw that every CDR, like, what item's gonna give you a shit ton of value with this, since you can build however much CDR you want to with this mastery. And I was like, I fucking know. I know. That's right. Essence Reaver. If you can use this and have somehow be able to use Essence Reaver, which they have nothing in synergy, like very except like Ezreal. Ezreal's gonna be someone who's gonna try to use this tree to try to get whatever he can out of it. I don't know if he'll be able to, but I mean Essence Reaver. So 3,400. It it sounds silly. Now I'm talking about building this on Riven, and I mean it very truly. It might be a possibility. You finish the Essence Reaver. Building the Essence Reaver is gonna feel terrible. It's expensive. The build path is not great. Mainly the Cloak of Agility is garbage. It's once you get a little bit past Essence Reaver is where it's gonna be good. I don't think you can build this first, because it's not gonna be useful until you hang the CDR cap. I think I'm going to try Cleaver and the Essence Reaver into Phantom Dancer, because with the Essence Reaver you have to build some type of additional crit to get the extra CDR out of this item. So you build Cleaver, you have 20% CDR. I mean, once you hit level 10, you know you hit 30% CDR, and then you're starting to build Essence Reaver. You hit 40% CDR with Essence Reaver. And then you build Phantom Dancer. Phantom Dancer gives you an extra 20% CDR, and once you finish it, just on the Essence Reaver, and that's going to give you 28 extra attack damage. That's like a little more than a pickaxe. So this item's giving you I mean, all the CDR is just getting converted into extra AD. So basically, this item is giving you 94 AD once you finish the Phantom Dancer with it, and you basically just become a crazy 1v1 champion. Cleaver, Essence Weaver, PD. I mean, you have the Phantom Dancer is an item that's it's kind of made for 1 versus 1 because of its passive, where you get you take 12% less damage for the last champion who's hitting you. It's also going to help you split more. This is basically just going to be a split push build if you decide to go with this. It's not going to be fantastic in team fights because you're going to be a bit squishy, and you'd probably rather just go with more of a lethality. You probably want I mean, since you can just get the CDR out of those and make use out of those. I'm saying you might be able to build all of these together. I'm not really sure. I'd have to test out different things. But this is kind of like a mean that I want to try. I want to see if it's completely retarded. Or like retarded in a bad way, or if it's actually okay. Like the scaling runes that I started using, I thought that was going to be a complete joke, but it was actually much better than I expected. This is something I just want to test out. I'll probably hate it after the first 3 games. As it stands now, Essence Super PD is okay. It's not complete shit. It's better than Triforce. It's better than Triforce. In fact, it's much better than Triforce. So, and plus, I kind of have like a split push style of gameplay anyways, where I just like to kill whoever's under the turret trying to fend against me. And, you know, this will help. This will also help you take turrets faster, since you're getting the Phantom Dancer for attack speed. I mean, the obvious things you can look at, though. I mean, you look at Youmuu's and Duskblade. Obviously, you're going to get a lot more value out of those since the extra CDR is being converted into extra AD. It seems for Riven. It looks like Riven's going to have to take this tree. I'm not sure yet. I need to go look back over at the other trees. The thing is, you can take these as a secondary tree. You don't have to take Phase Rush, right? You can take 2 of these. You don't need this. You need this. Well, I don't even know if you need it. This is the only one you truly need. This one's kind of broken. I think I would like to have this one more than this one. Yeah, I think so. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to look around after I finish talking about all these and figure out what I want to test out. And wow, we still have 2 more trees to go through. God damn. All right, so I think we're finished talking about this tree. What about Triforce Cleaver 40% CDR for the same price as Essence Weaver Zeal item? Triforce is a no-go. Triforce will give you 10% less CDR than the Essence Weaver. It's the most expensive item in the game. You're getting wasted stats on mana and kind of the attack speed. Another problem with Triforce is if you're getting with Cleaver, you're wasting the Phage passive because you can only get it from one of them. They don't stack. I don't think you can build the Triforce and the Cleaver together. Maybe on some people, maybe on like Fiora. I could see it on Fiora maybe. Although Fiora wouldn't be using that mastery. I wouldn't think so. Even then, there might be somebody who could be using it in the future, but you gotta think people who are gonna want to build Triforce and Cleaver probably aren't going to want to go down that tree. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 exceptions, and those are people who are gonna be strong. Okay, like maybe Ezreal, although Ezreal typically doesn't really like Cleavers, so he probably just used Essence Weaver and Triforce. I feel like Ezreal is gonna be a big user of that tree. He's gonna love that tree. Especially Ezreal jungle, since he uses Storm Raiders. Okay. Grassy and dying. Is this just an exact copy? Every 4 seconds, comment your next basic attack. It's just the same as. It's just the same, except permanent increase your health by 5. Is that supposed to say 5%? Or you just get 5 extra health? What? Because what? Who gives a shit about 5 health? I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, but I thought it was supposed to be basically the Stoneborn pack, gain 5% total health. I thought that maybe they moved it over to the Grass and Undying. As it stands, nope, it's just 5 health, because look at ranged champions just gain 2 permanent health instead. So, alright. Good luck, tanks. You have 5 extra health. Have fun with that. Guess it's not the worst thing. It's just weird. Guardian, right clicking on allied champion grants you both a shield. Sounds hard to use. Very mechanically demanding, right? Places a guard on that ally for 3 seconds before you or that ally would take damage. You're both granted a shield for 2.5 seconds. 45-second cooldown. Okay, this is a lot different than the little small thing. This is actually pretty cool. 6 seconds if the shield doesn't activate. Hang on a second. Man! Oh, is it? Can you make quick? I'm doing my YouTube video. Can you make quick?
Oh yeah, I'll go off the top. Just gonna tell you I'm pretty sure that
Oh, okay, I'll make quick. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what it says was 6 seconds if the shield doesn't activate. So like, before you that ally would take damage, you're both granted a shield. So it's saying you put it on the champion. Does it proc right there? Or is it saying right before you take damage? Like, what? I'm a little confused. Oh, wait. Okay, I get it now. You put it on an ally. It lasts 3 seconds. If you're gonna take damage, it procs. If you don't take damage within those 3 seconds, it just goes on a 6-second cooldown. It's 7:45. Okay, I get it now. Wow, the shield is huge. And it gives it both. It gives it to both of you, right? Or no? You're both granted a shield. Look at this shield. 110 plus 15% AP plus 10% bonus health. What the fuck? That's insane. Is that not what they did with Colossus when it first came out? At least they're making it bonus health this time. That's you know, the smarter thing to do. But like, why is the shield 110 at level 1? That's, and have a 15% AP ratio. That's actually, it's completely insane. I'm not even thinking about like Cho'Gath. I'm thinking about like Braum in the bot lane, or just who's like a tanky person bot lane who can all in. I mean, it's not even like you have to do anything to proc it. Like Courage of Colossus, you have to stun somebody. I mean, you have to do hard CC to proc it. With this, you just right click. You get in a trade, you right click them, boom, 200. No, not more than at least 220 at the bare minimum. At least a 220 shield strength for you two combined. Alistar, great example. Well, okay, not the great example, because I'm thinking of somebody who can like, who's actually gonna fight early. Alistar, okay, level 2, he'll fight. I just didn't see it. So Alistar goes in level 2 with WQ. Now he's in a shit spot because, you know, Alistar can't do anything after he goes in. Doesn't matter. He pops his shield. Gets out scot-free. This is just insane numbers. After immobilizing an enemy champion, increase your current armor and magic resist by 10 plus 30% for 2.5 seconds. Then after 2.5, I guess, seconds, deal damage to nearby enemies. How much is Fearless? I'm just curious. 10% plus. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how much this is. It's only for 2.5 seconds, which is. I'm kind of comparing this to Fearless. I think this is actually pretty good, but it's kind of hard to tell. I feel like it's. I don't know if it's enough damage. 3.5% of your max health. You're only using this on a tank, so in fights you're gonna have around 300 or 3,000 health. 3.5%. That's about 150. I mean, you're just looking somewhere around 150 in those mid to late game team fights. Mainly late game. 3,000 sounds like a lot. Plus like an extra 100. About 250 damage. It's actually not bad. And it's AoE. It's also AoE. So like Gallia is gonna use this, or at least Gallia should use this. If Gallia is using this over this, like something's wrong. And I think people will take this. I feel like even if you're a solo lane, and like this helps you in lane, you might still take this, because this is just stupidly like high numbers. It's mainly just stupid early. Like it's way too high early game. At least late game, like it makes a bit more sense. Like 250, but late game, I don't. It seems 110 for 2 people at level 1 seems so good for base. I mean, the bonus health, you're not gonna have much bonus health. Your relic shield might give you like an extra. I don't know how much it gives you. Does it give you 75 health? I don't really play support. It gives you 75 health, so you get 7.5 extra health. That's not really much. The bonus health is fine. They should switch more of it from base to bonus health. Like maybe make the shield strength like 70, and then the bonus health like 20%. It's definitely a nerf. Maybe 17.5%. It sounds like a lot late game. I don't know. But God, that's I can't get it. That I could be completely wrong, but this seems insanely broken. This one seems pretty good. I like this one. Seems pretty balanced. Pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, Grass and the Undying, same thing. I mean, tanks might still be taking this top lane. This is for like people who aren't even really trying to deal damage. They're basically just CC bots, kind of like Gallia. Or sorry, I meant this one. This one's kind of like mainly like supports. I feel like this is so good. 80 carries might take in the beginning of the season, or you might just not go 80 carry. You just go 2 tanks bot lane. I mean, I don't know, anything that's not an 80 carry. Anybody who can utilize this tree well, and then just decide to go Guardian. So currently you're just gonna go Guardian. After casting a summoner spell, gain Nasty and slow resistance for a moderate duration. Wait. Oh, real quick, I want to look at Colossus real quick. I just want to see how much the base is on it. 3 to 54. It's a 3 health shield. And 5% of your max health. And you have like 600 health to be getting 500. So that's like 25. So this is going to be like a 30 health shield. For one person. After hard CC. Currently. Granted, it's supposed to scale. But I don't know, Riot. I don't know. What's the cooldown on it? Oh, yeah, it's 45 seconds. Alright. After casting a summoner spell, gain 25% tenacity and 25% slow resistance for 10 seconds. Increase your bonus armor and magic resist by 7% for each summoner spell and cooldown. I feel like I'm not very good at gauging these utility slash tanky runes too much. I feel like it's not very good. Obviously, it's really good after a teleport or like you flash in, but I can't. I don't feel knowledgeable enough to determine how good this rune is. So I'm just gonna skip it. Demolish, charge up a powerful attack against a tower over 4 seconds. While within 600 range of it, the charge attack deals 375, plus 20% of your max health bonus physical damage. What? This is so cool. Does this mean like you can't hit? You can't hit the turret? Do you have to wait until you go over 4 seconds, or can you hit the turret 4 times and then your demolish is up and you just smack it for at least 375? Holy shit, that's a lot. What the fuck? I feel like this is, how much does I don't even know how much health the turret has, so it might not be insane. The more I think about it, a turret probably has like 3,000 health. It probably has like 3,000 health. I mean, I think the health gets different for different turrets, but 3,500 for outer turrets. Sorry, 300, 3,300. Okay, so we look at the max health. 20% max health. You're thinking you're hitting turrets around mid game. You probably have around 2,400 health or so. Well, we'll just say 2,500. So 20% of that be 500. So you hit it for 875. You basically just turn yourself into a mini Rift Herald on a minute cooldown, right? It's really cool, actually. I don't know if it's good though, or better than these others. I think it's better than this one. Let's see what this does. Comparing the movement of an enemy champion marks them for 4 seconds. Allied champions who attack marked enemies. Yeah. Oh, so this is, it's like the Bond of Stone, or what's it called? Stoneborn Pact. Hmm. 5 plus 1% of your max health. What is this? 5 plus 2.5% of your max health, but it's over 2 seconds. And I don't think it stacks. I still think the other one's... plus this one gives you 5% bonus health. Hmm. I've always liked Stoneborn Pact. I actually, man, I wish I could determine how good these things are. I guess if you, I guess you can't go with this if you're top lane. Support goes this, maybe even goes this. Obviously doesn't go this. These two are reserved for top laners. I'm sorry, this one's reserved for top laner. This one can be anybody. I want to go with this one. Although I think this one's pretty good too. I like how it encourages you to use your summoner spells. Thinking Nasus? I don't know why you keep thinking Nasus. Like, Nasus doesn't need the Demolish to help him push down the turret. Like, that's not something Nasus wants. Nasus doesn't want... Like, I think you mentioned Nasus earlier when you talked about the extra AD and AP. Like, after minutes into the game. Nasus doesn't give a shit about that. Nasus cares about other stuff. He cares about utility. He cares about movement speed. He cares about tankiness. He doesn't care about bonus AD or AP. So he doesn't need to increase his damage to turrets. He's already got enough of that. He has other issues that are blocking him. I mean, you can't just build up on one strength. Like, his flaws need to be fixed in order for like a buff to Nasus. He has other issues. Okay, so Iron Skin gain 3 armor when you heal for at least 20 health or from a consumable's effect. Increase your armor by 5% for 3 seconds. I mean, at some point you'll always be able to heal at least 20 health. It doesn't have a cooldown on it. Gain 3 armor. I mean, but actually 5% armor isn't really much at all. It's actually terrible. Alright, I think this master's shit. Well, maybe just all of them are shit, so. Yeah, this one's just for magic resist. After 10 minutes, gain 6 armor and magic resist. Increase your total armor and magic resist by 5%. Why does this have a range? The range is 800 units for what? Anybody have any clue what the 800 units are here for? I'm a little confused on that one, but I want to go with this one. Although if you're not going with this one, you're probably going with this one. Unless you're Galio mid lane, then you're going with that one. Every 10 monsters or enemy minions that die near you permanently increase your max health by 0.2%. Holy. That seems really good. Or maybe it's not enough. Let's see. So for 1% extra max health, 50 nearby minions or monsters die near you. I like how they didn't make the max health too much. I feel like if they made the max health any higher, it would have been OP. I understand why this thing has a range, because it's minions dying near you. The other one didn't have that. Huh. I like this. Are the other ones like these? Heals and shields are 5% stronger. This is basically one speakers, I guess. Increased by an additional 10% on targets below 40% health. What is one speakers now? Isn't it like 10%? Yeah, one speakers is a million times better than this, but one speakers is a keystone, so. I guess you have to take it on some people. Like, you're not gonna take this on Janna if you do decide to go down this tree. After taking damage from an enemy champion, heal for 4% of your missing health over 10 seconds. Like, that's so cool. It's basically like Spectre Scout, right? But I mean, how much is 4? This is gonna be useful early game. Like, percent health isn't that much early game. So early game probably have like 600 health. 4% of that. That's wow. It's basically like a Doran shield. In fact, it's probably a little bit better. It's gonna be better than Doran shield. I mean, just the passive from it. I think people are gonna take this. I mean, obviously, unless you're Janna. I have to pee so bad. Yeah, it's gotta be one of these. But I think this one's too good to pass up on. I didn't think 4% was gonna be that much. Although this one's okay on some people. Yeah, we still have one more. Inspiration. Do we have any questions about the last tree? Yeah, I made a big mistake talking about the last keystone. I mean, not the last keystone, but this rune down here. This is missing health, not max health. I was thinking max health, so it's definitely not as much as I was thinking. I mean, early game. I mean, say you're like a quarter health, right? You're probably like 150 health down. 4% of that, you're gonna heal for like 8. So, because of that, top lane, I think you might gear towards this one. If you're if you're in a tough matchup, like a ranged matchup, you probably take second win. If you're definitely in like a farm lane, you're gonna take this one. I like this one anyway, so I'll switch it to this one. I thought the other one was just kind of OP. Okay, I have no idea what this tree is aimed towards. Okay. Basic attacking a champion slows them for 2 seconds. 6-3 second per unit cooldown. Okay. Oh, I get what it's saying now. The slow increases its strength over its duration. Oh, usually it works the opposite way. Range attack slow to 25% to 40%. Melee attack slow by up to 35% to 50%. Slowing a champion with active items shoots a freeze ray at them, freezing the nearby ground for 5 seconds, slowing all units inside by 50%. Maximally raise use. So you just run up to him with Righteous Glory, and it double slows them. I guess. I'm trying to think of other items that slow. Oh, like Rylai's, I guess. Oh no, it says with active items. What are other items that slow? Rainlands, Ice. No, no. Rainlands works. It has to be active. GLP, Hextech, Righteous Glory, Cutlass, and Spooky Ghost. Okay, let's check out some other ones. Gain 15% summoner spell cooldown reduction. You can swap one of your summoner spells to a different one at the shop for 1 summoner shard. Gain your first summoner shard at 2 minutes and another every 6 minutes after. It's pretty interesting. This one seems better though. I can't imagine why you would want this. I don't think there's anyone who uses a summoner spell so much better early game, and then they just feel like they really need something later. Maybe like Tryndamere is like, I really want Ignite early game, but then later on I want Teleport. I might want Ghost. So what? Goddamn. Smite items top lane. Buying a Smite won't grant access to Smite items, but if you start Smite, you can get a skirmishers, some type of red Smite item top lane, and then switch to Teleport. Right? Is that I see that's where you're going. That's not a bad idea. You're good thinking. It's definitely plausible. What are the other ones? I mean, you may switch to Ghost later. I mean, Ghost scales better later. Maybe Singe could use this. I don't know. I think the Smite might actually be like the only viable strategy. And that might become a thing. Coming soon. Really just, I think this one's actually just pretty fucking broken, so I'm gonna go with this one. No doubt about it. This clearly is the best rune. All flashes on cooldown is replaced by a Hex Flash. Hex Flash chain up for 2.5 seconds to blink to new location. Is it the same range as Flash? Cooldown is 20 seconds, goes on a 10-second cooldown when you enter champion combat. Well, this seems really good. I would like to use this, but Riven can't use any of these summoner spells. Actually, with the smite strategy you just said, I mean, with that combined with the overcap CDR, you could go with Red Smite Warrior. Yeah, maybe. We have to see. Maybe this one will be a little bit better than this, and then we can go down this tree. Let's look at some of the others. Gain a total biscuit of everlasting will every 3 minutes until 12 minutes. Biscuits restore 15% of your missing health and mana and increase your mana cap by 40 permanently. Champions without mana restore 20% of missing health instead. But it stops at 12 minutes. That's very vague. I would have liked to use them in like team fights. It's so much cooler than the biscuits we have now. Although I don't think it's better than this one. Obviously this is gonna help you more early game. Doesn't seem Super good though. Start the game with a commencing stopwatch that transforms into a stopwatch after 6 minutes. Stopwatch has a one-time use stasis effect. So I guess it's just like a Zonya's Hourglass that you can only use once a game. Reduces the cooldown of Zonya's Hourglass, Guardian Angel, and Gargoyle's Stone Play by 50%. This one's terrible. This one's actually just trash. These two are okay. I would go with this one. I may be overrating this one. I'd have to see like if it's really just that much worse than just running to a place, but I would think this one. You get free slightly magical boots at 10 minutes. You cannot buy boots before then. Slightly magical boots give you an additional plus 10 movement speed and upgrades for 50 gold less. So you get a little bit of value. I guess if you're not building boots anyways, like I could see myself using this. I feel like it's not enough of a reward. It could either be 25 more gold less, like 75 gold less, or maybe like 15 movement speed. 10 movement speed doesn't seem too much, but let's see what the other ones are. You can enter debt to buy items. The amount you can borrow increases over time. Debt limit 150 plus 5 per minute. Lending fee 50 gold per item. I'd have to see. I have to test this out a bit, but I think this is really good. At least I'm picturing it top lane. So I die so many times because I need a certain amount of gold to buy an item, or I might mess up a freeze because I have to buy this item. Like I have to buy this phage refillable. Either I overstay or I mess up the freeze that I wanted, but it was worth it because I got the item. Now, I mean, 50 gold, that's like, it's like a few minions. It's definitely noticeable, but for you to get like the back you really wanted because you were able to spend an extra 200 gold or something, I mean, this just guarantees you pretty much always get a refillable potion on your first back, which I've said is pretty important. I mean, the refillable potion is going to get you your gold back more than those health potions would if you didn't have this. I'm not sure how good it is, but if I went down this tree, I would probably use this instead. This is much better early game. I mean, this gives you a little bit later on. And I like this, and I probably wouldn't even buy boots. I usually don't buy boots until 10 minutes, I don't think. Or if I do, it might be at like 8. Usually the only reason I will build boots before 10 minutes is if it's the only thing I can buy to get with the refillable potion, which I wouldn't have to do if I had Futures Market. How will you smite if you changed it for TP? Good point again. Fuck it, no smite. I'm retarded once again. I don't know why I didn't think about that. You just don't have your smite anymore, so it doesn't fucking matter that you have OP red smite. Tanky tops could go with green smite, that's true. But they did just nerf Cinderhulk. Okay. Start the game with 6 minions, I don't know how to say this word. Sojourners? Sojourners. It's not delivery. It's sojourners. Alright, yeah, that's it. That kills and absorbs lane minions instantly. Minion sojourners are on cooldown for the first 155 seconds of the game. I guess so you can't just insta-shove the wave. Absorbing a minion increases by 4%. Increases your damage by 4% against that type of minion permanently, and adds 1% for each additional minion of that type absorbed. You only get 6 minions for the entire game, right? This is actually one of the most interesting, if not the most interesting, rune that I've read so far. It's something you never would have thought about, and it's actually better than people might think. At least in higher elo. I don't know about lower elos, but I'm just imagining myself. I put either I put 2 of each on the melees. You don't use them on the casters. You're already gonna kill the casters. The entire goal of this is for you to be able to kill the minion wave faster. At least in like your main combo. Most of the time, people will, if they have AOE, they kill all the casters and then they're stuck with a whole bunch of melees that are pretty low health. With this, probably use 3 of the Sojourners on the cannon minion, and 1 for each melee minion. Or you can just save it for supers, but I mean you're only getting value if you're losing the game, which you want to try not to even get to that point. 4% doesn't seem like that much damage though. I like the concept of this, but I don't think it's better than the other 2. Maybe if it had higher numbers. Like 4% damage to minions really doesn't seem like enough. I think they should make it 6%. So yeah, you're just gonna go with one of these other 2. Although I really do like the concept of this. I think it's really cool. I love interesting ideas like this. I'm gonna have to go with this one for for a person I'm trying to be refillable on. I'm gonna have to go with that. Ooh, 5% cooldown reduction, 5% max cooldown reduction, 5% summoner spell cooldown reduction, 5% item cooldown reduction. Like I said, I never really care about item CDR, but the other 3 are good. First 2 are great. Actually, all the first 3 are great. The third one's good too. Gain 10% movement speed towards nearby allies that are CC'd or enemies that use CC. I mean, it's pretty terrible for Riven, but I feel like there are some champions that can abuse that very well. I guess if you're just chasing down people like Gnar. 10% movement speed's a lot too. Yeah, like Gnar seems like a pretty good example. Just you're trying to chase somebody. I mean, anybody who's building Frozen Mallet. Like I said, 10% movement speed's a lot. Yeah, so like Gnar would use this, but the thing is, Gnar's not going to go through the rest of this tree, I wouldn't think. So, I don't even know who's using this tree. Who do you get to use this tree? Oh my god, I just messed it up. I think you have to see what this keystone is, because I think this summoner spell is trash. This one's okay. Yeah, actually, I think it's fine. But like, who do you get to utilize it? Is this just another one of Ezreal's memes where, I don't know. $100 health permanently 5% damage less. 5% less damage to champions until 10 minutes. No, I think these two are better. Even if you're someone who just wants health, even if you're like Maokai, I mean, these two are gonna be better. I think this one's better in general, unless you get somebody who can utilize this well. Then this should be far better. Like you said, like Gnar or something, or just anyone who has like a kind of like a permanent CC that you that you can keep chasing down, but only if you know you win the 1v1. If you do keep chasing them, there's no point in chasing them down if they can just turn around on you and rape you. I'm sure there's someone out there. So I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, we're actually finished with it. With all the points. So now we gotta figure out what we want. At least for Riven. At least for Riven. So let me go back and check out some of the points again real quick before I forget. So precision, we got we got the fervor, which is fine. Extra attack speed, but right now we're just going for Riven. So definitely the wait, what was this one? Oh yeah, trash. So we got this, this, this. I really like this mastery, but like I don't know if I can use it over some of the other ones. It's gonna be one of these two. I really just have to figure out like what this is talking about. The wording is bad on this one, because I don't know if it means total like max health or current health. I think that's like the main thing. It's just how much more health. Like there are different types of health. I feel like they should know that by now. So until then, we're just gonna go with Coup de Grace. This is the big issue with this tree, like starting this tree, is that you get attack speed, and you'd rather have AD. I think if you are going with this tree, you have to go with this, like the domination, mainly for sudden impact. Let me see what the others are. I mean, you can't forget about this, and like you want to do this on a lot of people, but like you have to keep in mind, like when you're going with this tree's gonna be for like you're gonna be the bruiser, and you're gonna be somebody who can 1v1 any tank. Which this tree will help you more with that. This is giving you % bonus damage. And this is just helping you early game. But we look back at this one. This one's utility. What else did we look at? We said trash, good. Yes. Oh, what about these? This is trash. Okay. Pretty good. Maybe one of these two. I mean, if you're going with this tree, I guess you probably have to go with this. No, you go with this. I feel like you don't really mix these trees together. Even though they're both of the trees are good with Riven, I feel like they don't work together correctly. But one day I may find a way. Bad for Riven. Okay for Riven. Not good enough. Bad. Okay. Yeah, you can't get down this tree. Oh, it's Riven. Terrible. Alright, I mean, you can go for, like, you know, like, the OPS keystone, but... Okay, these... You can go with this. Let's not super go with Riven. You're not gonna go with these. Maybe Biscuit Delivery if you're on a hard matchup. I have to see how strong it is, but I don't think so. Not good enough, I don't think, because of numbers. Might go this. And might go this. But you can't... I'm thinking you're going to use Sorcery Inspiration. So I kind of like these two. I don't know, this might be a little overrated though. Alright, so... What was this? If you did happen to go down this tree... It actually looks like you can use any of these, although... I think you probably want to go with the Thunderlords that I think I agreed on, but this one's another one. Don't use this one for Riven. So let's go with this one. Ghost Poro. Was the other one any good? No, definitely Ghost Poro here. No doubt. Definitely Sudden Impact. No. No, it's easy. You can go any. You can go with any on these. Although I think with Riven, you either go one of these two. Either Taste of Blood or Sudden Impact. My playstyle, I'm gonna go with Sudden Impact every time probably. This is a big reason I don't really want to go down to Domination. Not only do I don't really care for Electrocute, but also I don't like these points compared to like some of the other ones. I'd rather just get these two. These seem pretty lackluster. I thought this one was OP at first, and until I saw his only abilities. If you were gonna go with one of these, probably go with Relentless Sunner. Movement speed's definitely not bad, but I mean I'd rather have other stuff. If you were to choose 2 points here, you'd go with... I think you have to get Legends Nasty. I think if you know how to farm, you have to go with one of these legend things. Because, I don't know, they seem really good. Every 30 minions you get the extra stack. And it's between either Triumph or one of these. I think one of these would be better. Triumph doesn't seem terrible though. And we already discussed these two. Once I figure out what cut down, what it means entirely, this might be better for now. Coup de Grace. Alright. Sorcery, this is probably going to be the most likely. Let me look at these real quick. Okay, yeah. You're not going to start this tree. And you're not going to start this tree. Unless you're support Riven. Then you're going to take this broken ass mastery. Where you just... I mean, you just win the lane unless the enemies decide to also go with this mastery. Alright. So, sorcery. You're either going to take Comet. Or you're going to go Phase Rush. I'm leaning towards Phase Rush more. This does seem really like pretty strong early game though. So I'll be testing both, but if Arcane Common is that good, it might get nerfed. It's just the numbers look pretty good on it, especially for such a low cooldown. But I'm just gonna go with Phase Rush for now. 30% health gain magic. Bad. Okay, good. Shit. Right? Yeah, shit. Okay, this one's okay, but this one's just broken. So we're gonna go with Transcendence. And the other one was either you take this one or this one. This one if you're a greedy fucking bastard. But this one just looks clearly better. Sadly. I pray this one will get a light touch up. This one, just don't take this one. Just don't. So then the question becomes, once you go to sorcery, because I do think this is the most likely page, it's what do you choose second? You don't go with the green one. Fuck resolve. Oh, we also should look at the stats. The stats are important too. You get the same amount with these three, but with this you get 5 more AD. Futures market. I think you go with inspiration second. And if you do, I think this is a must. I think this is playstyle preference. You can go with this one, although I think this is a great rune. I don't think it's great for Riven due to her mobility already being able to jump over most walls, and you have to sit still for a second. You should have the CDR, especially if you're going with this page. You probably shouldn't be taking this. Biscuit, very situational. You want to try to stay away from it if you can, but in hard matchups you might need to take Biscuit. This is trash. Don't ever take it on anyone. Magical footwear is okay. It's basically I would use it. It's one of these. This is kind of playstyle preference, is what I meant by one of these two. You're either choosing this one or this one for your second one. If this one had a better payoff, I would go with this. But it doesn't seem to be the biggest payoff. So I'll probably be going with futures market. I think this is going to be my page. But let me look at some of the other two. You're either going with one. You could go with one of these two. So if you're going with this, I think you take this, which I might situationally go with Legend Tenacity. If I do go with this, maybe I go down this street. No. If I go with Legend Tenacity, I probably start with this tree, go with Fervor. This is something I use against maybe like a lot of tanks with a lot of CC. I start this tree, take the Fervor, go with this, and I'll probably go with this. Only because I'm saying I'm only using this against tanks. I think you're mainly gonna be using these. Then you have one of these two. I mean, with this one, it's Ghost Portal and one of these three. Don't go with any of these. Probably Sudden Impact. This should probably be the tree you go down if you're starting with, if you're going with the fervor. I don't remember what it's called, but it really depends. I have to see how broken this is. The shopping thing, it probably isn't super broken, but this thing is. So much one might be alright. Mid lane against said town. No, it's probably terrible. Alright. Do you guys have any last minute questions? I think I'm finished with this. Yeah, that would be the only part. It's for the first all in, but I still don't think it's good enough. But yeah, I can see that. I just don't. I wouldn't think it'd be worth going down that tree for it. Alright, well. Hope you guys enjoyed something. I'll post this on my Twitter, I guess. Or maybe Reddit. Just saying this is what I think will be best. And it could very possibly change Phase Rush for the Comet one. I think the Comet one is pretty good. Phase Rush sounds more fun though. And this second tree can change a lot. This might be worse than I think. I might have to go down the yellow tree. Probably not red tree. Anyways. Alright.